Welcome back to our third piece to our series with Ashley at Patient Conversations with Leah. The last two episodes, we talked about her general diagnosis as a stage 1 lung cancer patient at 38 years old with a ROS1 genetic mutation. We talked about how she is physically, her diagnosis, and also kind of the mental health aspect of this diagnosis. On this episode, I'm really excited to talk about kind of Ashley's advocacy role that she's kind of jumped into. And she met Young Lung Cancer Initiative pretty quickly in her diagnosis and has felt a passion for what we do. And she has actually got some big plans coming up in February. So I'm going to let Ashley share with you her plans and kind of how things are going.
Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of funny. So how this all started was actually with a dress that I bought. I bought this dress and I just said, I'm going to wear this dress at an event where I'm going to raise money and I'm going to have all of my friends and family there that have supported me. And I'm going to celebrate getting to the other side of this. And then once I got the dress, I had to find the venue. And so then I got the venue. And then at this point, I didn't know about my gene mutation, but I also knew about the Young Lung Cancer Initiative. And I was trying to connect with Bianca. I was recovering from a lobectomy. So it took a little bit of time. But as soon as I talked to her, I knew that I wanted the money to go to Young Lung Cancer Initiative. I felt so lucky and supported by my family and friends in this journey. I cannot explain to you how loved I just felt. Like I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but when people found out about my diagnosis, they raised a lot of money for me and for like cleaning, for meal services. And when I got the news, they said it was stage 1, but right, you have to get the lymph nodes removed and the lobe removed and set for pathology. So because of some of the mistrust that I had and the up and down roller coaster, like I wasn't ready to say I had stage 1 until after the results from my surgery came back. So once that came back, I wanted to see that money go towards people who weren't as fortunate as me, who didn't have careers that were as flexible. My coworker, my family, I had people fly in to help and take care of me. And so I love that what you guys do is try to help patients who don't always have the same amount of support. And then also like the non-monetary things you do for patients, like the patient webinars or just the patient advocacy, the lung cancer awareness, all of that is exactly where I wanted money to go towards. So I got the dress, I got the venue, and then I got the cause that I was going to raise money for. And I had no idea what I was doing. And I just started talking to people about this. And again, the love and support and community I felt from my family and friends and my coworkers has been just amazing. And it's just so exciting. I mean, it has really helped me. We talked in part 2 about my mental health, right? Like this has helped me. So I'm super excited about this event.
I think I mean I can feel your excitement and the energy is just there and it's so exciting. Like you said, the event hasn't even started. And I know we were originally connected by a coworker, and we don't even live in the same city or state.
Yes.
Randomly enough, I got a call from a good friend, and he said, "I have a coworker that they think she has lung cancer. Would you talk to her?" And I was like, "Sure." And I can tell from his experience with his own diagnosis and whatnot that you are in a spot that really, a workplace that really does support their employees. So what has your work family done for you? Like, what has been the most impactful thing, or, the best, gives you the best feeling, I guess I should say?
They all so I work in the GI therapeutic area for my company, and they all decided as a leadership team to forego Christmas gifts and to donate on my behalf. And they kind of it felt like they were like surprising me almost, because they set it up as they'd like to donate to a charity, but then said, Ashley, do you have a charity in mind? And then other areas got wind of what I was doing as well. So not only did I have like the entire therapeutic area and leadership team support that I work at want to donate, but then another area that I've worked on cross-functionally found out and they wanted to donate. And then I had another, person on the leadership team be like, well, we're all going to be at this meeting together in January. Is there something we can wear? And so now I'm going to have the white ribbon pins for everyone. And that's great. Like, that's getting more people to talk about this. I knew nothing about lung cancer until I got diagnosed. And then to learn that it's the deadliest cancer for women, it kills more lives than, breast, ovarian, and colon combined. And I didn't even know about it. I thought it was, you got it if you smoked, So the idea that like people at this meeting are going to be talking about it, and they're actually going to share my passion and desire to turn to advocacy at the meeting as well, because that's what we do. That's what I do for my job. Is that's what I consider sales and pharma to be, is advocating for patients and making sure doctors are aware of new and novel treatments. So kind of tie it into what we do. So I feel so supported by them. And then my family as well, the meal trains, the people that send the texts or the flowers or the blankets. I mean, it's overwhelming. And I wish everyone could know that kind of love without having to go through something like cancer.
That is very true. I agree. I have felt that same way. I don't work outside of my home, but my community of other moms and parents of, PTA parents, all the people I've crossed paths with, it is just overwhelming. And it would be nice if we could all feel that before a diagnosis. Um, I think what you just said about you didn't know about lung cancer. I didn't really either. I mean, I knew about it, but not knew about it. And just even the pins, you're getting the word out there. You're just like, even if, none of those people that wear a pin are ever diagnosed with lung cancer or know anyone else diagnosed with lung cancer, each person is now hearing your story and is sharing bits and pieces of it with the community at large. And I think that's part of our mission at Young Lung Cancer Initiative, is to give visibility to patients. Yes, they're sharing their story, but what we're doing when we share our story, or when you're talking about this, is we're letting people know about lung cancer and that they could get it because they are like you or I, before they get the lung cancer, or before they're going to the doctor over and over and over again and not getting answers. So, you buying a dress that started this like kind of snowball of things, the dress is, I'm sure, beautiful. We'll definitely need to see it eventually, but it is a dress. But the fact that that dress is now going to bring awareness to this disease that probably most of your friends didn't even know young people could get. So I just want to commend you for, like, so quickly after being diagnosed, being able to just jump in and help those that either can't advocate for themselves or raise awareness. And it's a huge gift to our community to have you as part of it. I mean,
Well,
I
I
just can't
mean,
say.
you guys have been a huge gift to me, and even being able to share my story, that's healing for me. And I appreciate that. It makes me feel less lonely being stage 1, like people still want to hear my story. Like, even though it's not as, the journey and the treatment isn't as long as someone who's more advanced. So it's just, yeah, it feels good to raise money for an organization that has helped me so much. And will help patients that don't have coworkers like I have, or maybe the community that I live in that's been so supportive. And I just want to say too, it's okay if you don't want to do this. Like, to those people, I don't want anyone to feel guilty if they had cancer and didn't want to advocate, because it's your journey. And if you want to say the word cancer like as little as possible and try to forget it, like that's okay too. This is just very healing for me.
Yes, I am glad you said that because all of our journeys are different and all of us have different strengths and weaknesses and things we feel comfortable with and don't feel comfortable with. And um, being one way versus the other is not better, it's just different. Um, but we are very lucky in this community. Hate that word lucky though, but we are very lucky, blessed, fortunate to have a community that is so supportive of one another and um, is just accepting of all mutations and stages and ages and, all of it. So I know I speak for myself, but also Bianca and Lindy, that we are extremely grateful to have you as part of our community and as a champion for Young Lung Cancer Initiative. So I know we don't have another part to the series, but we may need to have a little update after your event, see a picture of you in the
Absolutely.
dress and hear how things went. And because I know listeners will be anxious to hear that. So any last thoughts that you'd like to share with us before we wrap up this morning?
I just, you know, I'm so grateful for the people in my life that have let me be sad, that have let me tell my story, that have, you know, dropped off the meal, donated the money. It means the world to me. And on the days where, I'm feeling down, that's what keeps me up. Um, so I'm really feel passionate about helping people moving forward. And thank you for letting me share.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. And I'm sure everyone that you've touched feels just blessed to be touched by you, have you in their lives. So again, thank you for being here this morning. And don't forget to update us on your event. And we'll look forward to working with you in the future.
Awesome. Thank you.